Hey everyone, I'm Nidoking, and last time on Space Quest 2, I managed to make it to this ledge. Oh, shut up. I'm going into the cave. I got killed by beavers in this cave last time because it was too dark to see. But fortunately I managed to find a light source along the way, so all I need to do is take it out of my pocket of holding. And that scares the beavers away, and gives me enough light to see the rocks on the floor. Not that that really helps me find the way past them. I don't remember how long it took me the first time to realize I had to walk past at the top, even though it looks like the rocks are blocking. Yeah. Alright, yet another fatal pitfall that you can't see until you step into it. It's okay, folks. He's okay. Now, I believe at this point, if you didn't rescue their friend earlier, those guys would just kill you outright. And before I walk away, I do notice a couple of pixels that are lighter than the rest. Trying to figure out whether there's a way to get the game to tell me what that is, but I think you just have to look at your inventory and notice something's missing. Yep, that's right. The glowing gem falls out of your pocket, or rather out of your hands when you land, and if you don't pick it up again, oops. Kind of wondering if maybe there was a rock around here I could get, but there isn't. Kind of an interesting message for them to tell you that, though. So that's the chief of the mountain dwellers. And I just really didn't feel like going through the first half of the game twice just to show the death scene in the production of this video, but I will have it for a bonus video at the end of the series. And your first time through the game, I think you'd be hard-pressed to figure out how to cross the swamp without rescuing the guy first and watching him do it. Now, some people apparently had trouble with this, but he told you exactly what to do to get through the rock, so I guess people just don't take things literally enough. But of course I found myself in a dark cave again. Good time to save, because this is where I actually did get stuck and have to look up hints when I first went through the game. The game doesn't tell you why you can't hold the gem in this cave while you could in the previous one. And I honestly couldn't figure it out. I mean, the game doesn't tell you what it is about this cave that prevents you from holding the gem. Kind of brings to light the UHF theme, I guess. Nobody understands the darkness. And this time, at least, we get some forewarning that something is going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and what, and how. As I'm hitting arrow keys, and nothing appears to be happening. I kind of thought maybe if I just put the gem on the floor, maybe I'd be able to see my immediate surroundings. But no. I just sit here in the darkness, trying to puzzle out anything that I can possibly do that might provide me some way to get through the cave. Or at the very least, wait for those sounds to catch up with me and kill me. Me don't understand learn either. But me am smart. There we go, something's happening. Great, I'm being attacked by an Auric XL. It's the most powerful 8-pound vacuum available. I think it's typing something that causes the next dialog box to appear, but I don't know. So I go off, I look up a hint, and I discover you just don't hold the gem in your hand. One can only hope it doesn't melt in your mouth, but... So this cave is all ladders and narrow spaces you need to crawl through. And a lot of dead ends. And you still hear the sounds, but I don't think you just automatically get attacked as long as you've got your light source. And I don't think the glowing gem ever runs out of fuel. So I think you're just kinda crawling along, trying to find the exit. Not that I'm actually trying to find the exit at this point. It's not hard to find if you think about it. I'm just kind of showing off the layout a little bit. Some dead ends, some loops. Climb up this ladder and I'm right back to where I was. So here I'm trying to go to the left, and it doesn't work. So, alright, fine, I give up and go to the right. I mean, you gotta presume right is where you want to go anyway. And another dead end. On the plus side, I don't think I knew this guy existed when I first played through the game, because he's tough to find. You've got to be looking for him. And to demonstrate, starting at the beginning again, I will proceed to exit the maze. The thing you got to remember is you're exiting at the bottom. So really what you want to do is go down as much as you can. Alright, I admit they haven't actually told you that you're heading to the bottom. But, you start at the top left of the screen in the first area, so I think your natural tendency would be to move down and right as much as you can. And when you can't go down and right, down and left works too. We have to move downwards, not upwards. Forwards, not backwards. And always whirling. Whirling toward a brighter tomorrow. And there you go. I think we're past most of the tricky parts. You can't drink the glowing water, but it's perfectly safe to swim in it. I never knew that would happen, actually. And somebody wanted me to try this. No idea why. Gee, maybe it's not a good idea to dive underwater if I'm gonna drown. I don't know. Swimming is pretty normal. You swim a little slower if you're going against the current, but you can usually keep moving in that direction. Here I am not realizing I need to press up to move into the other channel. And we've got 2 ways to go. Well, let's take the least effort path first. And I'm looking for the point when I can't swim back anymore. Obviously I haven't reached it yet. I think around here is where you lose control of the character. And you can't really do anything much but watch. Quite a sound effect. So obviously that's not the right way to go. So, process of elimination. And wonderful. Both forks lead to death. The number of fake deaths in this game has got to be somewhere up there with the entire rest of the Sierra catalog. Yeah, it's been pointed out that the cliff face here looks kind of like a guy throwing up. No place to go from here except to the right. And into what appears to be a dead end. I'm going to save my game here under a temporary name because there's something very important to show you later on. But for right now, the landing platform is just on the other side of that giant boulder. I need to find a way to get past it. I see what looks like an obvious little path leading off to the left here. Nope, not a path. And obviously we can't go over to the right either. We've got to go through. Or maybe over. Of course not. We gotta use some of our large collection of inventory items. Now, I don't know why the answer to this puzzle seems so obvious to me when I was younger, but there just aren't that many things to do. Fortunately, the game won't let you blow the whistle while you're standing too close to the boulder. Hey, my Labion Terror Beast mating whistle attracted a Labion Terror Beast. Pretty sure Murphco is a reference to Scott Murphy. But we need to get past that terror beast and through the hole that it creates in the rock. First thing to do is step into the water. He can't get to me while I'm in here. And now, I need to find a way to distract him. Another important inventory item. Again, why this occurred to me so readily when I was a kid, I don't know. But there just aren't that many items in your inventory at this point, so shouldn't take too long to figure out which one works. Think, gee, this rapidly spinning thing kind of reminds me of the Tasmanian Devil. Of course he wants to play with my puzzle. I kind of wonder whether I can take it back from him. Guess they kind of wrote it out of existence at this point. Oh well, trying to agitate the beast isn't really productive. Let's just move on through this gap. Pausing to take one of the rocks from the rubble. There we go. You just gotta get into the right spot and he'll duck and crawl through it. And unfortunately, the landing platform is guarded. Alright, time for some kind of sneaking mission, I think. Maybe if I could throw the rock harder it would work, but he'll also shoot you if he manages to see you around the bush. It's not exactly pixel perfect, but it's usually pretty obvious when he can see you and when he can't. What we need to do is play David and Goliath. Another puzzle lifted right from the annals of King's Quest I. But once again, lack of specificity is our worst enemy. I didn't tell it where I wanted to sling the rock, so he just kind of slung it any old place. So we'll try it again. Well, he's just pining for the fjords. Yeah, you'd think this guy would probably have a keycard for the elevator, but no. And we're stuck here. Unless we remember to pick up the keycard from the very first screen when we landed on Labion. And here we are, we're at the shuttle. So finally we'll be able to fly up to Volhal's asteroid and confront him face to face. And nothing can possibly go wrong now. Alright, enough of that. Like I said, I've got something else I need to show you. You might remember that I told you don't need any of the items from the locker or the keycard in order to beat the game, and you've just seen me use all of those things. So what other option might there be for getting past the Labion Terror Beast? Well, quite simply, not a whole lot. I need to try to sneak past this guy, so for action scenes you want to set the speed down a bit. And the problem is that while he moves around randomly, as soon as you step on the land, he comes straight at you. But you can hide behind this bush. And while he's trapped here, I'll try to come up with my next move. Oh, that's just wrong. It's alright, I'm gonna set the speed to normal, but you guys don't have to watch it at normal speed. Oh, almost made it that time. I know it can be done. So this time, I don't know how I did it, but when I got hung up on the bushes there, he got hung up too, and I suicidally save it while he's standing right next to me. And now I've just got to make it across to the opening in the rock without getting caught. Trouble is, he moves a little faster than I do. And sometimes he can just make his way around the bushes But again, at other times, he'll just get hung up on the geometry for no reason, and that gave me enough time to escape. So it can be done, it's just a huge, huge pain. So now we're at the guard, and pretending that I don't have a sling to hit him with the rock with, and I don't have a keycard to get through the door, we need to be a little more creative. Now, I could again have grabbed a rock on my way through the hole in the boulder, which I could use to distract the guard, but that's not needed. And if you're very careful, you can sneak around these bushes solid snake style. And as long as you're out of his sight, I was kind of expecting him to stop in the middle and look, but he didn't. So, run for it, find another place to hide. A little slow there. And this time he stops to look. I don't know. I think they'd keep things a bit more regular. Alright, wait until I'm sure he's not going to spot me and run for it. And when you get here, I think you're safe. Again, if I'm not visible on the screen, I'm not visible to the guard, and I don't think he can even see me back here at all. But just in case, I'm going to wait until he's walking away before I run to the other pillar. And here we go. All I need to do at this point is get his attention. And you may remember when I slung the rock off into the bushes somewhere, he came down out of the elevator to see what made the noise. So I just need to make a noise. Why yelling at the guard works, but just yelling doesn't, I have no idea. But since he doesn't have a keycard for the elevator, he has to leave the door open, and that's my opportunity to sneak in. So there you have it. I've got, I think, 37 fewer points than I did in the other path, but I didn't need any of the stuff I said I don't need. I just needed a lot of patience. Speaking of patience, we're going to take this shuttle up to Vohal's asteroid and deal with his genetically engineered insurance salesman clones next time. See you then.